Echo fan Grey Wolf. And due to the fact that I actually mentioned another superhero from the Marvel Universe who also happens to be black, I figured I'd better do this tonight before I forget. So we're going to talk about James Rhodes now. You guys know him as War Machine. I am not sure if I've done this before, so we're exclusively only doing James Rhodes. And as in the other two superhero videos, everything that I say, take with a grain of salt because it's all been retconned. I'm sure it's been retconned. So, let's talk about the first Black Iron Man, shall we? Oh, you thought I was going to identify him as War Machine. Well, yes and no. See, he wasn't always War Machine. James Rhodes, for about 2.5 years, and my memory is probably incorrect, or, as I said 2 seconds ago, this shit has probably been retconned. James Rhodes was Iron Man. He was Iron Man for about 2.5 years when Tony went through some shit. And he also had an affair with Pepper Potts. Again, I'm sure all this shit has been retconned. But I had the comics downstairs before he became War Machine. And for a long time, no one even knew that Tony wasn't Iron Man anymore. Rhodes did everything exactly like Iron Man's did. He was the perfect soldier. He was the perfect mimic. And he did everything that Iron Man did. Like, to the letter. He somehow managed to work Jarvis and the suit and everything perfectly. And Jarvis had no problem following commands and doing everything the way Iron Man did it. So, at the bottom of it, Rhodes actually was a better Iron Man than the OG Iron Man, Tony Stark. This is what inspired Tony Stark after coming through all of the whatever CF that he was going through. This inspired Tony Stark to make Rhodes War Machine. Because the world needed two Iron Men. Instead of one Iron Man in a suit of armor and his army of suits, why not have another living being control it? It was not like the Marvel MCU universe way. Rhodes was no longer in the army when he started working for Tony Stark. And since they were best friends, it wasn't difficult for him to get in the armor and take over. And I think there was like a protocol for it, but I don't remember what it was. And then eventually, Iron Man decided, since you did such a great job, even though I'm taking back the mantle, beep, that's for you. And this nice, shiny, gunmetal colored armor came out. I'm calling it gunmetal, but in the comic it was actually gray. Like midnight gray or some shit like that. But that's not relevant to this video. What is relevant to this video is that you know that James Rhodes started off as Iron Man. So in case anybody, I'm sorry, that shit's probably been retconned now. But in case anybody cares, James Rhodes actually started off as the second Iron Man, the first black Iron Man. And he had that role for quite some time because Tony Stark was all kinds of messed up. And somehow or another, him and Pepper Potts had a relationship. I forgot how they fell in love for a little while, and they were together for a little while. And again, I'm sure by now, that shit's been retconned, and him and Pepper never bumped uglies. But in the comic book, in the mid to late 80s, early 90s, when Rhodes became War Machine, him and Pepper had a relationship. So that being said, I'm going to end this now because anything else I can tell you about Rhodes, you probably already know or you've learned from the MCU. And some of the things from the MCU are accurate. Well, a lot of things from the MCU are not accurate. But by now, they're probably accurate because of the word retcon. Okay? That being said, it's Happy Black History Month. And the first Black Iron Man was James Rhodes. Not Ironheart Riri Williams. Okay? Yeah, I'm up to speed. I don't know if she's still Iron Man right now. But anyway, that being said, long live Black History Month. Long live James Rhodes. Long live Stan Lee. Excelsior. Biatches.